I want to talk to y'all about this Lindsay Clancy case because it's on my mind constantly, and it's just a really sad case, and I'm sure that everybody has different opinions. But here's the thing. When I first listened to it, when I first heard about it, immediately my mind went to, she's guilty, put her in jail forever. Because I'm a mama. I'm a mama of 4 kids, and I can't imagine what she did. I can't imagine doing that. But the more that I've listened to the case, and the more that I've seen how the system just failed her, y'all. She was on like 13 medications. She was crying out for help, like she had journal entries. I need help. I want to be better. I don't want to be sick, but I feel like I may harm my children. I feel like I may harm myself. At what point is her husband going to be held responsible? I know that she did it, and there's no question about whether she did it or not. That's not what she's on trial for. She's on trial for, was she competent? Did she know what she was doing? Because listen, they're saying, oh, well, she was able to take them to swimming lessons. She was able to take them to swimming lessons. She was able to function normally. I've dealt with mental illness before, okay? You can still function. You can still take them to the ball games. You can still go to church. You sure can. But inside you're struggling. And then yesterday, whenever I heard her journal entries about she was sleep training him, and I never sleep trained mine, but I've heard it's pretty brutal because you just have to listen to him cry. And so she was sleep training, and she was struggling with that, and then she was struggling because she wasn't able to breastfeed because it was better for her mental health, and I assume that means because she was on all these medications, she couldn't breastfeed. And like my heart like hurts for her. I still can't understand what she did, okay? Like I still can't, but I'm thankful. I'm thanking God that I can understand that, because thank God that I never was in that place. I was in a place of, I remember going to my doctor and telling her, I was sad. I was feeling really depressed. And her first question was, she said, now I have to ask this because I have to ask it. Are you thinking of harming yourself or harming your children or leaving your children? And I said, absolutely not. If I leave, I'm taking my children with me. Like, that was where my mindset was. I couldn't stand to be without my children. That's where I went when I was in the depths of postpartum depression. But y'all, I almost can't even talk about this without getting emotional, because those poor children deserved better. They deserved, there were people that could have taken care of them. So her parents could have. Her husband, why did he ever leave her alone with them? If he heard her say it, if I ever heard my husband say, I'm thinking about harming these kids, I would never leave him with them. I would never be comfortable leaving him with them. Even if it meant finding help somewhere. I mean, is that just the difference in men and women's brains? Like, would a man just not think of that? I just have this hurting in my heart for her, because she was begging for help. She was begging them to help her. And they put her on all these medicines. And they probably counteracted each other. And I don't know. Should she be out? Allowed to have kids again? No, she doesn't need more kids, but she does need help. And those children are gone. They're with Jesus now, so those children are okay. But she's not. She needs to be in a mental hospital, or she needs to be treated somehow. I don't know how they do that. What she did was awful, but was she disconnected from her own self? You know, like I said, mental illness, I know about mental illness, and I've never actually experienced this, but I had somebody very close to me tell me one time that they were experiencing something to where they were just like out of their body, like they were thinking about taking these pills, and they had them here, and it was like they were watching themselves from up here. It was like, are you gonna do it? You know, like. And thankfully, she snapped out of that. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on it. It's all over my news feed, so it's all I'm watching. It's all I'm seeing. And nobody wins in this case. You know, nobody wins because those children are gone. And she's either going to go to prison or she's going to go to a mental hospital, an institution. Her ex-husband has moved on. Nobody wins in this case. Anyway, so y'all tell me your thoughts, or don't. I don't know. Maybe this was just a rambling session. I just needed to get this off my chest. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and I will talk to you later.